Massive news today, guys. We just saw some groundbreaking news. Crypto just got legalized in a mainstream way. You'll never guess where it was and what this means for you in the crypto market moving forward. Last week, we saw a nasty shakeout. All the alts got pummeled much harder than Bitcoin, but this could present an ideal time to be entering back into the market. Not all alts are going to make it. So in this video today, we're going to talk about the ones that I believe should rebound and bounce the hardest in comparison to everything else. And without further ado, guys, let's jump into it. If you're excited for this video, first of all, welcome back, everybody. I've been off for the past week, clearing my head, getting ready for some major events that are happening here next month. I will announce that probably tomorrow for you guys. Very exciting news. Without further ado, let's get into it. And before we do, guys, destroy that like button. Do me a favor. It means a lot and it really helps the channel and it helps all of our bags grow. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already. What's up? My name's Chasse. Been in crypto for 12 years. So guys, we are still range bound, right? And we've been range bound for, as you see here, 124 days. That is, that's a pretty long time to be range bound here. So good news is it does seem, at least on the short time frame, we are seeing, higher lows being made. And there seems to be some overall bullish sentiment in the markets. Of course, there's still an overhang on a few things that we'll talk about, but on the Bitcoin timeline, looks good. And by the way, shout out, guys, to our new channel partner, Blowfin. And if you guys aren't in the VVIP group and you're looking for a no KYC exchange, that is awesome. Blowfin is good. There's an affiliate link in the description below. If you use that, deposit $100, bam, let us know. The description of how to get in the VVIP group is in the description below. So as you can see here, guys, there is potentially one big major thing that has happened before we've seen markets explode, especially altcoin markets. And that is really this capitulation in miner hash rates. So this is a pretty good sign of, where we are and a big reset. So you can see the last time that you had this miner capitulation was FTX. And afterwards, guys, that literally marked the bottom, literally the bottom. Now, what do we see? We see the same capitulation, exactly the same right now, literally right now. So what does this mean? This means that the Bitcoin hash rate, once it adjusts, because it adjusts every 14 days, it'll be easier for miners to mine. They'll flip back on the mining switches and start all over again. It's kind of like the leverage getting wiped out as well. It's a healthy reset for the market. So let me show you guys something quite interesting. Now, anyone who's sold on the Mt. Gox news, FUD, whatever you want to call it, is now underwater. As you can see, we are back at 63,000 right now, and not a lot, but they're underwater. So as we can see here, that the past 3 times that we've had Mt. Gox news, it kind of marked a local bottom. So you can see here, Mt. Gox news about trustees and selling, blah, blah, blah. All the way back here in March 2023. We had news again, November 2023, and again in January 2023, and again here. So could we potentially be seeing another bottom here? Well, I'll let you guys decide that as we move through here. But just give you some perspective here on the way things have happened after the halving. Remember, halving was just in April here. We still haven't had this run yet, right? And historically, every single other crypto market cycle has been followed the halving by a tremendous run. And with all of the big macro news that we've been sharing with you guys over the past, months and almost a year now, do you really think that we're not going to see this run? Of course we are. Of course. So when are you going to enter the market? It's a good question. Are you waiting for some miraculous sort of exit, exit liquidity, or the potential sell-off that's going to happen over here when the ETH ETF starts trading? Well, as you can see from my X account here, I posted this. Here's the biggest challenge you're actually facing with Bitcoin this cycle, and here's why. Most returns have been made in Q1 and Q4. Q2 and Q3 have notoriously been choppy with sideways movements, but best times to buy have been in June and July. Well, there's some good alpha for you guys. And as we can see here, that historically, every single time the crypto market has printed negative in June, it's been followed by a positive month. So we like to look at probabilities here, right? And we can't say that this is going to be like here, July is no exception. Oh, you can't see my head. Oh, you can't see. July is no exception. But, it's just one more piece of data that we can go off of. Now, as I've mentioned before, I actually got an email that I looked at today that offered to buy my FTX holdings for $1.02 on the dollar. Remember back when after FTX happened, people, creditors, debtors, whatever, like investors were asking or looking to buy people's FTX debts at like 20 cents on the dollar, 30 cents on the dollar, something like that. And now they're willing to pay a premium of 2 cents on the dollar, which means it's a very good sign. First of all, it means that all of us are going to get paid back in whole. It also means that between 14 and $16 billion are going to come into the market specifically to the people that we want to get it, specifically to, right? This is going to crypto degens. It's not going to, anybody else. It's not like the stimulus check that came from COVID. This is literally a stimulus check coming out to crypto, and that's going directly back in the market. So while we can see potentially this ETH ETF coming out, and maybe in the short term, we see a sell-off, and I'll get to that in just a second. But if you sold when the Bitcoin ETF launched, now you're negative, right? You're down. So people have to be seeing this, and it has to be something that these guys, BlackRock and everyone else, are telling their clients, like, yeah, it might sell off. Yeah, we got Grayscale as a thing, right? And there's probably going to be some selling there, but we're going to expect to see massive, and I'll get into that in just a second here, massive buy pressure from institutions as well. This is the news that I talked about in the beginning. So you can see that USDC, Circle, by the way, full disclosure, I am an investor in Circle, an early investor from back in like 2016 or 17 or something like that. And you can see that now they have a legal license for USDC. And it says, this is the biggest news of the day. USDC and EuroC is now legal as a medium of exchange in the EU. USDC and EuroC are now legal in Europe. So it's legal tender, legal medium of exchange, meaning that any vendor, any person can use USDC, digital cryptocurrency, as a medium of exchange. This is really, really exciting and big news. Again, do you really think that we're not going up from here? Sony, a $103 billion company, Japanese, is launching their own crypto exchange. Great. I want to see more competition in the market. I would prefer if they were launching a digital, a decentralized exchange, and maybe they will, but they're going to do a SEX at first, right? So another thing too, we'll take the small wins when we can, but if you guys don't know the All In podcast, it's literally the #1 podcast in the world right now. And they mentioned poly markets when they're talking about the presidential debate and the race, and like Joe Biden was going to, do his thing. And as you guys can see, also another big piece of the news today, if you haven't seen it already, it looks like the Supreme Court is granting Trump at least some sort of interim immunity for the elections, which is great. Very, very great. Okay, so here's the news on the ETH ETF. So as you can see, that they are now expecting the refiling to happen on July 8th, which means that the trading date, this is probably going to be, so the SEC returned all the S1 forms to essentially the issuers. And that means by July 8th, the SEC will get them all back. Probably take them a few days to process, which means now we can look at the new date of ETH ETF start trading, probably around July, I don't know. I don't have my calendar in front of me, so not the weekends, but maybe July 11th or something like that. I don't know. Rupert. There's Bitcoin Rupert, the back. He's the best guard dog that ever lived. All 7 kilos of him. Okay, so Nate Garachi says, early and easy, in my opinion. Spot ETH ETFs will be the second most successful debut ETF history, only behind spot Bitcoin ETF. So 2 most successful ETFs launch in 30 plus year history will occur this year. Bitcoin and Ether. Are you paying attention yet? So yeah, we're going to get some sell-off from Grayscale. Well, Grayscale has $10 billion in ETH. Did Grayscale sell all of it Bitcoin? No. Did they sell about half of it? Yes. Could we expect approximately $5 billion over 30 days or so to be selling off in the markets from Grayscale? Probably. $5 billion is not small, but it's a hell of a lot less than the 13 billion or whatever that was sold off Bitcoin, which put a bigger dent in the market. Now, we can expect a pretty big offset from everything that Grayscale is going to, BlackRock and Fidelity and everyone else will be buying. You don't think that BlackRock is bullish on ETH? Of course. They already launched the first tokenized fund on chain, and we'll get into what kind of effects that has had on some altcoins here in just a minute. And yes, the Solana ETF could be launching sometime in the next 12 months. Right now, it doesn't seem imminent. When we see BlackRock come out with theirs, with their filing, could probably expect it a bit sooner. So who knows? But very, very bullish on Solana. And so Eric Balcuna says that essentially, if this if the Solana ETF is going to be approved, it'll largely probably depend on the outcome of this presidential race, right? If Biden and Dems get reelected, more than likely we will not see this Solana ETF happening because we still have this very anti-crypto regime in place. Or if Trump gets elected, who's very pro-crypto, we could likely see the Solana ETF along with others, right? And I would expect to see very quickly following Link ETF, Polkadot ETF. Not sure. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what other ones. I'll show you another one in just a bit here. And by the way, guys, this is because I've been gone for over a week. This video was just kind of a market update, and I will be back resuming the ecosystem videos here tomorrow. So look at this. This is alts and others. So this is the total crypto market cap minus the top 10, which gives you a very clear view of how altcoins are doing. You can see here we have this kind of retest, and or it could make a lower low. However, it does seem like it hits support right here, and it probably will range a little bit here on support, and then maybe we see the next leg up. So again, I'm not saying, guys, that July is going to be a massive month. What this video is intended to do is show you where I'm going to be taking some positions, because if we do have a very bullish July, the coins I'm about to talk to you soon are going to be the ones that I think will rally probably the hardest in this altcoin run. Now, full transparency, I'm not super confident in a July massive pump. Again, probably because the anticipation and fear from the grayscale sell-off and maybe the Mt. Gox. But man, I'll tell you, position yourself accordingly now, probably DCAing in is probably the best thing that you can do. In my opinion, not financial advice, do your own research, make your own decisions, wear your big boy pants. But I am pretty damn confident that September and October, especially October, is going to be insane. That's when, in my opinion, when this real thing kicks off, but it could be sooner. And I want to be prepared in case it is, because I don't want to miss when it starts going parabolic, it'll be really parabolic. So it's a good time to position right now. Main themes of 2021 bull run were DeFi, alt L1s, NFT, meme coins, and metaverse. And this cycle, we see meme coins, AI, Sol and its ecosystem, Bitcoin and its ecosystem, and RWAs. And we will get into all of those over the following days and weeks, guys, and let you know about each of those individual ecosystems. This was an interesting chart that I saw. It essentially shows you Solana versus others. And essentially, the others is the all altcoins minus the top 10 crypto. And so you can see that it's been having incredibly bullish ever since last October. It's been pretty much up only for Solana. Very, very bullish on Solana. Obviously, we've been talking about it for a long time. And you can see at the top 50 crypto first half of 2024, and you can see here as we blow it up that number one was WIF. You're welcome. We were in that very early. Nice 100x for us. Pepe, we were in that early. Now, for me, I'm bullish on Pepe coin. I just think that this is going to be insane. Ondo, you're welcome. We talked about it the day it came out. Floki, Ton, very, very bullish Ton, and so on and so forth. But most of the things are not outperforming Bitcoin, right? And so it's been a really, really tough altcoin season the past few months. And that will flip around shortly, guys. It will flip around shortly. Now, WIF, still one of my favorites. And you can see it's rallied so hard. The 24-hour volume has been actually insane, as Ethereum Damien says, WIF Maxi. If we exclude stables and majors, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, BNB, it is the most traded alt right now and doing more volume than BNB. Whales accumulating, question mark, makes me really want to add to my stack here. And you can see this trading volume, $500 million. I think it's even more than that. I looked at it recently. Let me see if I have it pulled up somewhere. I'm not sure. But you guys can see here, and these cells I've made are very small, right? Like very, very small. I still have majority in my bag. I'm just reallocating some of it, taking a little bit of profits out. But you can see majority of my buys of WIF were back here when I was accumulating quite hard, right? And let you guys know about it as well. And you can see here, once it breaks this trend, it's going to absolutely be on fire. Yeah, you can see I still have a healthy balance of whiff over here, and don't plan on selling that. In fact, to me, this looks like a really good accumulation area, and the volume definitely lets you know that this thing is not done. My bet on this bull run is we see whiff between $40 and $80. So anywhere between a 15, 16x all the way until 30x or something like that. And let's hope it does. Let's hope it does. And Billy, so I didn't mention this before, but I did buy it back here, and I just wasn't confident yet in telling you guys about it. But I've been monitoring it ever since, and it seems to be, doing extremely well, right? And you can see that it's got high community sentiment, not a lot, but really good trading volume, $24 million. This is just on this DEX. And now it's at $94 million. Let's just refresh and see if that's the case. And as you can see, I haven't sold any. I accumulated around 30 million or so. Okay, now it's at 92 million. But to me, this thing just seems like it's going to ascend, right? It seems to have withstood the test of time. And as you can see, it's pretty much in price discovery mode right now. So had a very bullish 40% over the past 24 hours. Another one, so very bullish whiff. ENS, guys. Ethereum name service. Now, it's hard for me to find a good ETH altcoin, but the thesis here on ENS, as you can see, it's had a pretty awesome run ever since December, the end of the year, basically beginning of the year. On the 1st of January, bam, shot up, and it's up from $9.84 to $31 today. And if you think this is the end, it's just getting started, as all-time high was $118. So you have a 5x to get to all-time highs. But why are people so bullish on Ethereum name service? Well, it means people are bullish on Ethereum. And what does that mean? That means that BlackRock and others, when they start using Ethereum for all of the real-world asset plays, because they will be using Ethereum, because Ethereum is the only battle-tested network in the world for smart contracts right now, like battle-tested on a main big way. So only place that people are going to trust billions of dollars are going to be on ETH. That's just the way it is. Well, basically, they're going to want to have all of their funds and all the real-world assets in an ENS, Ethereum name service. So just like BlackRock fund, right? .eth, not to send money to. So people aren't confused with copy and pasting these very complicated, ETH addresses. And that's essentially the statement that I was just talking about here. And you can see here, guys, on the trend, what has been trending. You've got cats. Cats have been going crazy. Now, I was a little bit early when we did cats, right? I told you about Nyan meme coin a while back, and I'm still holding all of my tokens there. So if anyone wants a community takeover of that, I will be happy to support that one. Haven't sold anything and don't plan on doing it either, because if Ethereum comes roaring back, maybe that comes roaring back. But in the meantime, let's talk about the ones that do show strength, because for now, we're not seeing ETH meme coins pumping at the moment. Well, MOG is, by the way, but I don't have any MOG. But it does seem like a good play, to be honest with you guys. So Popcat has been the best performer over here at 57%, MOG 40%, and Michi Soul on 18%. Popcat looking very strong. Look at, this is how, don't do what I've done here. Look at this. I bought a ton over here, and then like an idiot sold it all here. This would have been worth $275,000 now. Whoops. Yeah, my mistake. But it's doing really well, and it's showing crazy strength right now. Crazy, crazy strength. So what we're doing, guys, is we're looking for strength. We're looking for signs of strength. Let me show you here even. Let's see. Look, I think Whiff even is doing more. And this is another one too, Spike, that I haven't told you guys about. I wasn't planning on doing it this video either, but it's trending right now, and I did buy some of it. And I think it's been doing well. Spike is another, yeah. So look at the trading volume right here, $663.6 million on Whiff. It's a big reason to be bullish, guys. Big reason. And it's down about 53% from all-time highs. Yeah, I think it's a pretty good place to accumulate right now, would be, in my opinion here. Spike, 24-hour trading volume, 7.3 million. And this is another Matt Fury character. So you have Andy, you've got Brett, you've got Bird Dog, you've got all these guys. And then Spike has been doing pretty well, Like, so it's trending right now, and for good reason, I think. It's still fairly new. I did buy it. I can't say I'm super confident in it right now. I just don't know. But here's another one. Mew, or Cat in a Dog World, has also been doing very, very well. $418 million market cap, or FDV right now. And it does seem like this is kind of what we want to see here, right? We want to see this break this trend line. So let's just draw a trend line here real quick and see, right? So once we get, this is a very, very, very clear trend line right here. Bam. I mean, it's like damn close to breaking through this trend line right here, right? So once this thing does, we can start to see big movements up in a big way. And right now it's retraced from 9 cents all the way down about 50% below all-time highs. And this has been another strong performer. Moving right along, Runes Terminal. This could be a big one. That has a launch tomorrow. And yeah, I'm an investor in Runes Terminal. This is why I'm talking about it. And the thing I find the most interesting here is if Runes becomes a narrative, right? If it becomes a narrative, which we've talked about several times before, then this is the most interesting thing to me. This runes etch, right here. And this is it's kind of like a pumped up fund where it allows anybody to go launch a Runes token. And I think that is pretty cool. And I think this might give this Runes terminal a leg up on other things, as it will be easy for anyone to co-create their own meme or any other type of token in the Runes ecosystem. So it launches tomorrow. And so just be on the lookout for that. I'm not sure. It does seem like it has a lot of hype, but I just don't know how authentic these are. I never really know. But, as I say with all launches, it's best to wait for price discovery. So, check out how this thing does on the launch and then wait for the price to kind of settle if you're looking for a good entry point, as on listing as always has crazy volatility. Now, something else I think is going to do absolutely extremely well in July, because they're going to have this month the Brain Mint. And it's going to revolve a lot of people burning a lot of Pepe coin. And the supply will get dramatically reduced. And I'm looking forward to seeing the pepening. Is it going to happen now? I don't know for sure, but I'm looking forward to it. So let's see what happens. And of course, based AI, like crazy value right now for a layer 1, 150 million FDV for a layer 1 AI FHE chain that launches in like a few weeks. Are you kidding me? This is like basically free, in my opinion. Basically free. Okay, another thing too, guys, I just want to bring your attention to. You have basically very little time over here to stake. So by the time you watch this, you'll have probably just a few hours left and to stake any wealth tokens that you may have. And I just finally staked mine right now. So if we go here to stake wealth, actually, let me go to my portfolio. And you can see, guys, just for full transparency, you might say, oh, Kyle, you had all these tokens from, because like it's your project and blah, blah, blah. No, like I bought, you can see on chain, 183 Genesis NFTs. I think this is both Gen 1 and Gen 2. And I also participated and I spent $104,000 in the paid public sale as well. And I bought my allocation this way. And so what I've done is I've come over here and essentially have staked, my stake was 1.23 million tokens. I bought more today because it's such a good value right now, in my opinion. You have, the wealth token trading at $3.4 cents, 3.5 cents, right? And so you're actually getting a better price in the public sale. And to me, it looks here like sellers are getting exhausted, and there's a lot of really bullish things to be happening. Remember, we haven't even seen true altcoin season. Imagine what happens when these great projects that have been invested into by Commonwealth start doing their launches. So you have like BitLayer, which is like the most popular, hyped up Bitcoin layer 2 ecosystem. You've got Nexus Network, which is sick layer 1, Blue Whale, which is a crazy AI play, all by good investors, all sick projects. really, really great cap tables. And anyone who's invested in the Alpha Fund is now having access to these great, amazing investments. You can see for me, I invested in the Alpha Fund as well. And so I just want to give some full transparency there. I'll give a little shout out to the homies, because you guys are trying so hard. Now, I'm not sure, I'm just watching very carefully to see how this progresses. This is not a signal for you to go ape into this thing. However, you can see from the beginning, this is a really nice looking chart. Whoever's in the project now seems to have a lot of dedication and a lot of commitment to it. And look at today. I mean, it's not a lot. It's $22,000 of volume, but this is on TON. It's a spinoff on Resistance Dog. And I haven't bought any yet, but I'm probably going to buy back because it's at a less than $1 million FDV. And so I don't know if Resistance Dog takes off. Resistance Cock is kind of funny. It's like this whole play on like the hood stays on, the cock, like blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just want to give them a shout out because they are friends of mine, and they're working quite hard to make it happen. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up today. Welcome back. It's good to be back, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.